Welcome to the Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Gravity Cancel Podcast. Rocks, we are about 3 weeks removed from BCX. It's fully sunken in, and I have not stopped talking about it since we got
Same. I'm still having dreams about it.
It's been a while since we've last talked, but I had an absolute blast at BCX, and I'm sad that I won't get to go next year, probably. I know.
Up.
I told you that.
You need
at the
stop
Airbnb.
Stop breaking news live on the podcast to me.
I
So I have
told
to
you that
tame
at
my
the Airbnb.
reaction. Well, you said that you just quit your job.
Yeah, I'll just quit and figure out how to make it to Atlanta. But one of the moments of BCX that we talked about on last podcast was our 2v2 experience. And one of the individuals that was responsible for knocking us to losers is here to join us today. So we have Erol here with us. Erol, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, yes, I am the reason you had an awful time at BCX.
Well, you're not the only reason.
Of course, yeah, the second reason is famine, but...
Imagine rolling into BCX, about to have a good time playing twos, and then your first match is Orion Artemis team. Yes. Not a good time.
A diamond doubles team from with Orion and Artemis. It's very enjoyable and very fun experience.
So we'll take the question now. The first secret question was, how did it feel to absolutely stomp us in pools?
And just, was it after the very first stock you realized, oh, this is a free game, we're going on to winners, baby?
So I'm gonna be honest. Every tournament, the first match, if I know who I'm against, I'm gonna try to kind of look up how kind of good they are. And I was already no offense, I was expecting that we're gonna win. But I have to say it wasn't that easy, because me and Famine have never played twos together, because he's from NA and I'm from EU.
Yeah.
And we basically just used this to warm up and get used to play together. So
are you guys gonna play more in the future together?
We have no clue, because I don't know when my next BCX gonna be. If I'm gonna go to next BCX, probably not. So
yeah, same.
We don't know.
Yeah. So when Rox and I sat down and you guys locked in, he just looks over at me and goes, "We're gonna lose."
I was like, motherfucker.
Once he saw the Artemis and Orion, he knew it was over. But
yeah,
I think we put up a fair fight.
You did, yeah. It was. I have to say, it was for us at least. It was a very fun game.
No, we had fun, and then looking over afterwards and just seeing you guys light up after just stomping us. That made it worth it.
Yeah, I hope so. I did feel a bit bad because we didn't Usually, there's a lot of pros who just pick like Teros to annoy the opponents. We didn't mean to be annoying or anything. We main those characters, so you can at least say that we did our best, and you put up a fight. So
that's all you can ask for.
So the nightmares, the flashbacks.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a pretty prominent personality in the Brawlball community.
Yes.
How did you get involved in Brawlball?
So, I've been playing this game for about 7 years, probably a bit more. I don't have exact time, but I have Captain of Asgard too, so I'm gonna assume it's around 7.5 years or something. And of course, I've had my fair share of ranked grinds, my 2v2 ranked grinds, and eventually, I like to explore games, see what unique stuffs you can do, how you, for example, speedruns or different ways to enjoy a game competitively or just have fun with friends. And my first interaction with Brawl Ball was just me and 5 other friends, IRL, playing custom games in a couch game, playing Brawl Ball together, which was to me very fun because I got to experience kind of how 3v3 Brawl Ball plays, and it was like my first interaction with somewhat competitive Brawl Ball. And then later, what got me into the Brawl Ball community as a whole is that I started to host tournaments and kind of set a goal to myself to host tournaments in other game modes as well, other than 1v1 and 2v2. Just because I enjoyed those modes.
There are so many game modes. Like, I forget about half of them.
Yes, there's a lot. And BMG is constantly releasing more, so...
So, that first experience you had with your friends, like, they were Brawlhalla players, right?
No.
No, they weren't. So their first experience with the Brawlhalla was playing Brawl Ball with someone that actually plays Brawlhalla.
I mean, they were like, you know how with yes, you know how with friends you kind of each have your own kind of main game, but you play the games your friends play.
Yeah.
Kind of off and on. So you know how the game works, you just don't play that much. That's kind of how it was. And I had that friend, you know, that friend that is always better than you regardless of what game he plays.
Yep.
I had that kind of friend, so it was kind of balanced.
So yeah, Brawl Ball is a good introduction to Brawlhalla, I think, for people that don't actually play Brawl, because the objective's not to kill your opponent. I mean, that's like a way to kind of get an advantage, but that's not the objective. Yeah. And it's an easily understandable objective. You can relate it back to football or soccer or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sport. So that's, I've never had that kind of local experience with Brawlhalla outside of like at BCX when we were playing at the Airbnb. Like, playing Brawlhalla locally is so much fun.
It is. It's very fun.
And you know what's really fun? Cooking your favorite meal while you watch a bunch of Zoomers get you to diamond. He didn't drop a single match.
No, it was pretty gross. One of our Airbnb guests took rocks all the way from, what was it?
It's like 1780 or something.
To diamond in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I have to say that is one thing I regret not doing, is hopping into the NA queue of ranked ones. I would have loved to experience that.
Oh, dude, yeah, you should have.
Because, of course, I'm used to the EU queue, but like the EU acts at the EU lands, as far as I've heard, it's different than the NA.
Well, it was even
ranked,
different for our guest Umbran, because he plays US West, so he was excited to play US East because he doesn't get to normally play it. And it does, like, people do play different regionally.
That's
you don't
true.
think about that. Did you stay with family at BCX?
Yes. I stayed with my dad and my mom.
Was it everyone's first time in the States?
No, my dad has lived there, and my mom has been there before. So.
Is your dad from here, or
no? He's also like, my dad and my mom are both electrical engineers, and they're very global. So.
That's a cool career path. What'd you think of the States? Not to get off topic. But where all did you get to go? So you were in Atlanta, obviously.
Yes.
But you stayed stateside for what, like a week or two?
1.5 weeks.
1.5 weeks. Where all did you go?
We went, of course, to Atlanta, then to the Florida Keys. We flew to Miami, went to the Florida Keys, went back, and then flew up to New York, and then back to Zurich.
So you saw 3 very different parts of the United States.
Yes. And I have to say, like, compared to Switzerland, where I live, the visuals are just completely different. Like, the skyscrapers and the big cities, it's completely different. So it was a very, very insightful and, I have to say, very beautiful holidays.
A different type of beautiful.
Yes.
The
So
Florida
out of
Keys
the-
are wonderful. I love the Florida Keys.
It's
Out
just
of the three,
incredibly
other
hot.
Other
It's
than
incredibly
the fact that
hot.
BCX was in Atlanta, which, ignoring that BCX was part of this, which city was or location was your favorite one to visit?
So besides meeting the best podcast members,
You got
You
to
don't
meet
have to suck
Koslix,
up.
bro?
I'd probably say New York was the most interesting, just because of it being in New York.
Yeah. It's definitely the most
And-
romanticized out of the three.
Yeah, not just that. It's just you have to imagine you're coming from a country where cities are about as big as like the main city of New York. Like, do you know the skyline skyscrapers?
Mm-hmm.
That area is just a city here, and New York is gigantic compared to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you don't. When you think of New York City, you just think of like the skyline, but you
Yeah.
don't think of all the other. You don't think of Brooklyn or the
yeah,
Bronx.
Manhattan and the Bronx and
Manhattan,
everything.
yeah. What'd you think of the food?
I had two different experiences. So
Oh,
I would have to say the food in normal restaurants, like not fast food, is very good. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
very, very good.
Our
But
fast food's not good.
the fast food is, I have to say, it's not good. It's not, at least compared to here.
Yeah, Rox and I are
not
very
really
aware
good.
of that. We've never had foreign fast food, but I know it's better.
Yeah,
But yeah, did you get a slice of New York pizza?
I did. That was
Oh.
one of the things I really wanted to. We went. Do you know Village Vanguard?
Mm-hmm.
We went there to watch a jazz concert and then went to eat pizza, which
York
was
pizza-
admittedly very
Go
good. But I don't know if you're gonna hate me on this. I still think Italian pizza is better.
No, I'd be willing to bet Italian pizza's way better. They invented it. Come on, it's got to be better.
Because I know a lot of people who say like Italians invented pizza and New York or America perfected it, but
Well, not to digress here. I will say that American pizza is more recognized than
it's different.
Italian
That is true. That is true.
So I would agree. I wouldn't say we perfected it, but we definitely introduced the world to it.
There's you introduced a new style of pizza. That is very true. That is very true.
All right, Rox, back to we got to get back to.
I haven't had either, so I can't really put an input in.
So you also, outside of Brawl Ball, you have a claim to fame.
Yes.
That not many people know of, but you have the Walker Attack speedrun world record for single player, right?
Yes, exactly.
So there's what, 3 different categories, or technically like 6 different categories.
So
Yeah. Go ahead.
for Walker Attack itself, there has recently been some additions. There's technically like you can play as 2 people, 1 people and 1 bot, and just 1 person. And you can play to 3 different waves, like the combination of these. So you either play to wave 5, wave 10, or wave 15, and you either play with a friend, with a bot, or alone. In Walker Attack specifically.
So I'm just clicking through the speedrun.com here, and you don't just hold the 1-player wave 5 record. You hold the 1-player wave 10.
Yes, but like what 1-player wave 10 is mainly just because no one runs that category yet. 'Cause you have to know, for wave 5 1-player, you play on an older patch for the game to be like, on one hand, you want the run to be bearable. It's already a slightly frustrating run to run, so you want it because the older patch is way easier and way more fun. And for wave 10, since the category was just recently made, I haven't played on the older patch yet, and I want to wait so like more people run it, so it's a bit more
Competitive.
accessible, I guess, to start optimizing it. so I don't
Yeah,
instantly
because you're going to
get.
start off and you're just going to dominate.
This really makes me want to play Walker Attack.
Rox, we'll try to get this 2-player. We can go 2-player wave 15. There's no runs yet. We'll have the world.
Oh,
record.
we got it. We got it.
I will say good luck because I have yet to reach wave 15.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
If you wanna
Oh,
go
no.
for if you wanna go for wave 15 as 2 players, I heavily suggest playing on an older patch, because on the current patch, to my knowledge, it is not possible to reach wave 15. At least,
Really?
I mean, according to the rules, you can set any stock number. So technically, with enough time and KOs, you might get wave 15. It's just gonna take you an awful lot of time. It's gonna be very annoying, and it's gonna be way easier if you just play it on an older patch.
So it looks like patch 6.02 or what? 6.06 is the patch to run.
Well, I run 6.06 because that's the one I have downloaded. It depends on the person. The differences are very minor. The thing is, around like 7.02, I think, they changed the behavior of the bots. Like they updated, you probably heard of it, like they added the whole chosen bot and stuff and updated kind of the easier difficulties of the bot a bit. So they behave differently and
You're cutting out a bit.
Doing the
Most
little Discord
importantly-
robot.
I see. Hold on.
I look forward to hearing what this sounds like afterwards. Are you still with us, Erol?
Yes, I should be back now.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now we can hear you.
There
Is
we
it
go.
good now? Yeah. So,
It's better. You still sound a little roboty.
oh yeah, I hate my internet connection.
This is why you have the speedrun world record, because you just want to play by yourself, killing walkers.
For Walker Attack in general, okay, that's good. That's good. So, let me get that. So yeah, the patch around, I think it was 7.02 was the patch number, where they changed the bot behavior for all bots in the game.
Oh.
And we just play.
So they didn't change something specific to Walker Attack. They changed the bot behavior.
Yes,
Did they make
exactly.
the
They
bots
changed the
worse
bot
or
in the
better?
entire game. And for us, worse. In general, better. Like, they made them more, I would say realistic, but the bots in this game are not realistic at all. So, they made them more annoying to
Right.
deal with, basically. And
I gotcha.
also, a big thing, I don't remember the exact patch number, but just before, I think, patch 7, they nerfed Cross, and Cross is the main character to speedrun Walker Attack.
Oh, really? Is it the gauntlets or the blasters?
So they just... The gauntlets. Usually, on Cross, you do Delight Sightsig to KO walkers, and then you N-Sig to KO them in one hit, which saves a bit of time. But they nerfed Delight Sightsig and N-Sig after, I think it was... Cross got very good in 2s or something, and then they nerfed it. And then
Yeah, I remember he had
Yeah.
a little rain of fire where he was top dog for a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
And
literally
we
everyone
had to-
runs Cross on these replays.
Yes, there is like 2-3 other legends you can run that are either a bit slower or just require way more luck. Because the run in general, in my opinion, from all speedruns of the game, is the least luck dependent if you play it on your own. So
So you guys
I want to
ran
minimize
on
luck
your-
as much as
your-
possible.
On your 2-player Walker Attack, you ran Nai and Mako?
Yes, because we ran it on the most recent patch, And the reasoning behind that is you cannot play together on offline patches except if you're in person.
That makes sense.
And since the most recent patch is not the fastest anymore, you can't beat the 2-player Wave 5 record anymore, so we did 2-player Wave 10.
So basically that record
would
will
have
never
to-
be beaten again?
Until someone meets up offline and tries to beat it.
Alright, Rox, we know
Which-
what we're doing.
If we do the cabin in,
On that note, I wanna mention something real quick, because if you look at my record, it has the same time as the 2-player record for Wave 5.
Yes. Yeah. You were cooking.
So theoretically, you can beat it on your own. It just doesn't count for the category.
So
I see.
how long did it take you to get that record? You said you have quite a few replay files.
So I don't know the exact time. You can look at on speedrun.com exactly when I set the records. I did not grind for like months on end. Just whenever I had time, and for example the servers were down for an update,
Oh yeah.
or it was morning and I didn't wanna, I had nothing else to do, and I just watched like a summoning salt video or whatever. Was in the mood to speedrun, and in the morning where the queue is empty anyways, you can't do much, so I just booted up an older patch and started running. But my replay count is 4,220 of pure walker attack replays.
That
was
is so insane.
When was the first replay file? What was the date on that?
Oh, the first replay file. Hold on, I have to sort for a date. The first replay file I have saved
Yeah.
is in. Oh, it is 2022.
Oh, that's not too bad. 4,000
But-
a little over a year.
If you look at the speedrun.com world record, it might be a bit earlier.
Yeah, because
'Cause
your record
I think I
was
lost
a
a
month
few.
ago. It was October 12th.
Yeah, I think I lost a few replays from my 4,200, so it should be a bit more.
That's just 10 replays a day for a year,
That's it.
give or take.
How much room do you think there is for improvement? So if someone was to really grind it, how much better than 1 minute 36 seconds could they do?
So, for this, I don't have an exact... I mean, I have an exact number technically, but realistically speaking, I don't know. But if you count my best segments together, because I have them saved, like the best individual waves, if you count them together, my record, the best possible time for me at least, would be 1 minute and 27 seconds. So you could shave off like 9 seconds
9 seconds, yeah.
if everything went like perfectly,
Are
or
the because
as smooth as possible.
I haven't played this mode much, but are the spawns random every time?
So there's 4 spots they can spawn, which are set, which don't change. But like where in those 4 it spawns is random.
Yeah, so if you get
However-
really unlucky,
Yeah, but currently it is not that optimized yet that you need perfect spawns. You can have like, I would say, like the upper 40%, if you put it on a graph, like the worst is like, I don't know, the worst 60% probably aren't gonna get your record, but if you get the upper 40%, you have the chance of getting the record if you do everything perfectly, like on your side, without relying on luck. So
that's
there is a good
interesting.
chance.
I didn't think of the RNG aspect of it.
Yeah.
You have any intention of doing any of these other speedrun modes? They got horde mode, tutorial, and tournament mode.
I have ran horde before. I have ran tutorial before. Tutorial is very fun because it is basically not random at all. The only bad thing about it is it's incredibly short, so it's very, very optimized.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very
these
hard
are in
to.
these are in the milliseconds. So the
Yeah.
world record is Dirk at. This is 2 years ago. 43 seconds, 526 milliseconds.
In which
Yeah.
mode?
The tutorial.
Tutorial.
How do you even?
So there is 3 tutorials. There's one for moving, one for I think
Attacking? Like light
damage
light
numbers, roughly, and one just where you play a free-for-all. And you just try to beat each level as fast as possible. And there's records for individual levels and records for all 3 in a row.
That is crazy. There's a whole sub-community here that no one knows about.
Yes. Except Foda. Foda actually, I don't know if he's in the Discord, because there's a speedrun Discord, but I've asked him about it, and he said, yeah, of course he knows it. So he was not very surprised.
Foda knows all. If there is a way to speedrun a game, people will figure it out.
Yes. Yes.
I like how the tournament
People-
mode has signatures and no signatures as an option.
Yes, but the record is the same for signatures and no signatures, because the record doesn't use signatures.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So the signature one is kind of a moot point. You don't-
Signatures are technically, I mean, you could say it's a downside. However, due to how the run works, we don't technically know what is the optimal strategy. So there could be a unknown strategy with signatures that we just don't know yet. So
Dude, this is so intriguing. I'm gonna have to go look up some of these replays.
if you are intending to try it just for fun, I would suggest either Horde or if you want to do it alone, tutorial. And if you want to get into it more, I can also suggest Walker Attack. The only issue is you will have to download an older patch,
Yeah,
which is a bit more of work.
I like the idea of tournament mode. I think.
I do not suggest tournament mode. But you can do it. You can do it. But the main reason, in my opinion, tournament mode is probably the worst mode to speedrun for me. Malachi is gonna kill me, but it is very RNG dependent because the maps you get are random, the enemy legends you get are random, the spawn positions are random. There's a lot of RNG involved, and a lot of bot manipulation, which is for me very annoying because I'm used to the old Walker Attack bots, and I'm gonna stay with the old Walker Attack bots.
And Malachi doesn't want you to recognize that it's RNG. He wants to take full credit for that.
No. That's not the thing. I mean, of course, if it's RNG, for me, like, of course, there's skill involved, but the main thing for me that is good or that I would have respect for is just the dedication to grind it and just putting the time into it.
Not get a lucky run.
Yeah, that is what is most respectable for me for like tournament runs.
All right, Rox. Let's go with the next question.
So, how much? Oh, dropped my ink pen. How much time do you divide among traditional competitive modes and the alternative game modes? So, how often do you play regular old ranked Brawlhalla?
So, how I'm gonna answer that is basically just whatever I feel like. I play like, cause Brawl Ball doesn't have a queue, and like the only queue you get for other game modes is the seasonal queue, which changes every season. As
That's
a Brawl
fair.
Ball player or like a Kung Fu player, you don't have that much besides custom lobbies, so you just play the normal game like everyone else. And if you get like a ping on Discord of people looking for other people to play with, you just join their lobby. It's just, I play the game like everyone else. If I'm in the mood to speedrun, I speedrun. And if people are on to play Brawl Ball or other game modes, I'm gonna play with them.
Okay.
So basically, you just take it whenever you have the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
How
But I
many-
do grind ranked as well. I am 2200
Oh,
from last season, and my goal is to hit 2300 this season. So
how close were you to 2300? Like, were you low
I was-
2200s?
I think 2240, something like
Oh,
that.
that's good. I think I could be a 2150 player if I actually grind to drink, but I'm pretty much solely an experimental player.
So I am at started at gold, or not gold, but started at diamond, and I've lost a couple matches, but I'm still at like 1970. It's win a match, lose a match. So although I didn't climb the entire ladder, I might have been placed up there, but boy, those last rungs, I'm gonna get them myself.
That's fair. Yeah. No, it took me surprisingly long to get out of gold, because I think I got to gold pretty quickly, and then it took me at least like 1 or 2 years to get out of gold, if not more.
Dude, gold is such a cesspool. Like, once you like come up above that skill level, it's easy to get to like 1800 or so. But just getting out of that gold cesspool of just like cheese is so tough.
Do you guys remember the first time you got gold?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was so excited.
Mine was on the Nintendo Switch, and I was playing the Wushang with the frog skin.
Everyone remembers the legend that got them to each rank. So, do you ever go out of your way, Erol, to play the other modes, or do you just rely on other people to start that up?
Sorry? What did you...
Do you go out of your way to like initiate playing the other game modes, or do you wait on other people to just ping you and then you jump in?
So how we do it is we have a Discord for BRAWLBALL that is only people who play BRAWLBALL basically, and there's like channels for each region, or like just a looking for game channel, and you have roles for each region, like sparring roles, and then you ping that region with a room number, and you wait. Usually like if it's in the morning and in the midday, you're not gonna find very many people, but in the evening you can wait 5 minutes and you have a full lobby usually.
I like how you say it's mostly just people that play Brawlball, but I'm in there.
Yeah.
So it's the we'll have to post a link to it, but it's the Brawlball community server.
That's got to be like the best way to do it, because if you just try to do the community tab like in game, half the people quit out. The first 20 seconds.
Yes, not just that. You have to like compare it to 1v1 or 2v2. If you make a community tab custom game and set it to 1v1, and you're like diamond, you're gonna find so many silvers and golds.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna have very enjoyable matches because half the people don't even know the game mode, especially in Brawlball.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanna have people that are not just at your skill level. They don't have to be very good. They just have to know the game mode to not do basic mistakes.
Right. So, what is the coolest tech you've found in any game, or what's the coolest tech that exists in any game mode that you're aware of?
That is not really a hard question, but there's not that much game mode specific tech, I would say, that is not known.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I like a lot, I mean, I don't know how known it is, because I've never heard someone talk about it specifically, but we use it in Brawlball a lot because there's a lot of platforms on the map. But you can, if you dash off of a stage, like on the edge of a stage, if you dash, and then instead of jumping on the stage, you jump off stage, you get a way higher jump instead of a normal dash jump.
Oh, I think I've seen that, yeah.
You get the speed or the momentum of a dash with a normal jump instead of just a dash jump, so you get way further.
So that's
I was trying to picture it in my mind. I was like, oh yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. So like you would use that when you're running the ball, right?
You use that when you have the ball, when you're just defending, you use that constantly. Because in Brawl Ball, you have to constantly move around. And with that, you just have one more option to get a bit higher or a bit further. And depending on the situation, you're gonna need it. And it's a basic skill like dash jumping or just dashing in general. is like it's almost autopilot. You if you do it a lot, you will notice the ledges and platforms you can do it off, and you're just gonna do it eventually.
Is that useful in like regular Brawlhalla or just like Brawl Ball specifically?
You can use it on platform maps and on normal, like on the edges of stages to edgeguard to reach a bit further. Like certain attacks, especially like boots, sider, sword, sider, anything that keeps your momentum will reach slightly further. So you can surprise your opponents very easily with it.
You're gonna have to teach me that.
It's not very hard. It's just a timing thing.
I think I've accidentally done it before, because I know what it looks like, but I don't know how to accomplish it.
You just have to do it intentionally. One thing I want to say, though, for the coolest tech that I found in game modes, I have found something you could call tech, which is in Brawl Ball, on the normal Brawl Ball map, there is colored platforms on each side, like a red and a blue platform. You can throw certain weapons through that platform, even though you're not allowed to go through the platform. Like
wait,
the red team cannot walk or drop through the blue platform, but they can drop through the red platform. Right. However, every weapon that spins when throwing, so scythe, hammer, sword, bow, I think blasters and gauntlets as well and stuff, they can be thrown through the platform from the side.
What?
And
that's cool.
They will not fall, but it's like you have to imagine the platform to be like a tube.
So they just go straight across.
They go across, and then on the other side they either fall out or just drop down.
Depending on like how much momentum there is.
Yes. We have recently discovered that like a few months ago.
That's pretty dope. So,
does the weapon still retain its hitbox?
Yes.
So, like, so when they're doing the cheese thing where like they jump up in the goal, like a hammer could hit them?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
It is a very interesting tech, but it's basically useless. It's very, very niche.
Yeah,
because it's just a weapon throw. But in certain situations it can definitely be useful. It's just hard to do and very new.
Because like so does the platform, is it treated as a tube, so like you have to throw it directly at the side of it?
Yes. It is.
So there's really
a bit
not
precise.
much use for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is specific situations where you can use it for.
That's
you
so
can
cool.
cover like the entire top of a goal with a hammer weapon throw, for example.
Yeah. And you discovered that, or like was that the Brawl?
It happened.
Community?
It happened in a custom game where I did it actually. I did it with Arcadia on Greatsword accidentally, and I remembered it and I clipped it and then like tried it in a private game.
So here's
and
a
kind
question.
Yeah.
So it's weapons that spin.
Yes.
Does the orb spin when you throw it?
No.
No?
At least it doesn't work with the orb.
Oh,
I would say it's just.
It would be completely useless too.
It is weird because you can't really say the hitbox spins, because in weapon throws the hitbox doesn't spin.
Right.
On a hammer weapon throw it's not spinning. Yeah, it's the animation, which is very weird. Because for spear and lance it doesn't work because they don't spin.
Right.
So we don't know why. We just know that it happens for that reason, but not why exactly for that reason.
So then the last question we have... Go ahead, Rox.
I was just going to say, that's so interesting. It has to do with the spinning animation. So
Yeah.
It has to, yeah.
Which is weird, because the hitbox remains the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's very weird.
Well, this might actually be the answer to this question. What's the weirdest bug in any game mode?
The weirdest bug in any game mode. So I have two contenders, kind of.
I'm gonna have to try.
The weirdest bug, in the sense of it being completely unexplainable, would be in Volleyball, like the volleyball game mode.
Yeah.
Where your team is allowed to touch or hit the ball only 3 times, until if you hit it the fourth time, it despawns and goes to the other side. However, for some reason, if you hit it, we don't exactly know why or how exactly it works, but I think it is if, like, the red team hits it 3 times, hits it over, and then the blue team hits it with a weapon throw in a specific way, it counts as the opposing team's hit, and it despawns. And spawns on the opposing side.
Okay.
We don't
So it's
know
not
why.
any weapon throw. You have to hit it specifically.
It's just a weapon throw. No, just a weapon throw.
Oh.
Just any weapon throw. From the opposing team that hasn't touched the ball yet.
But it treats it as a hit from the opposite team.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, what?
Which it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have any practical use, though, really, right?
It just happens in the game sometimes. It's frustrating, but a use for it, I mean, it benefits the other team, so it's if anything, it's a mistake, but you can't really control it. So, and for, I guess, the weirdest bug that is explainable, it just happens very often, is in Brawl Ball. Coming back to the platforms, you could really call them tubes. You can sometimes, if you do it like, if you get your lucky in a specific way, you can enter the platforms like a tube. You can't jump or drop through, but you can walk through it.
I think I've seen a still image of that.
Yeah.
You might have posted it somewhere.
There's a GIF on Discord as well.
Yeah.
Of it.
It's really weird.
Which one of the Brawl Ball arenas do you like the best? The original?
Sorry?
Which one is your favorite? Well, tried to talk and then I had to clear my throat. Do you prefer the original Brawl Ball map or do you like the World's End better?
So, the entire Brawl Ball community agrees that the old map is 100% better.
That makes sense.
Than the new one. And the reasoning behind that is that just the new map is too small and too vertical.
Yeah,
Meaning
that makes sense.
you take away a lot of movement and a lot of what makes the game fun, or the game mode fun, which is just being fast. And because you have to jump a lot, you're not as fast anymore.
Do you guys play on the new one at all, or is it?
We have tried it before just to test it.
Yeah.
And it works for 2v2 sometimes. So in 2v2 sometimes we play it, in 3v3 we try to avoid it. But you know, there's always the people from public lobbies who randomly pick
play
it. Yeah.
The casuals.
We try to stay on the old map.
That's fair.
All right. So that takes us through our question list. Now we have a very special topic, since you're the aficionado on the game modes.
Yes.
We want to do a game mode, the official Erol game mode tier list.
Sure, I can do that.
Now,
So-
are we making it fresh or?
I will be making it fresh. I prepared a tier list template. And for some reason, this tier list includes the queues, like experimental and stuff. I'm just not gonna add them. But
I think we need actual the ranked ones. I think we need to throw the ranked ones in here. We won't throw experimental,
sure.
but I think the ranked ones need to be in here.
That's fair. I'm gonna throw the ones that differ from just normal, like ranked 1v1. I'm gonna throw in ranked 2v2 and free for all. I'm just gonna put in free for all because it fits the tier list.
So, for the people that listen on audio, the categories for the tiers are S, amazing, A, almost. I get that one. You got a PvE one. B has potential, C is casual, and a separate tier list for Beach Brawl.
You'll see why. I will explain thoroughly why Beach Brawl has its own tier list.
All right.
So also, there's some game modes that I'm gonna divide into two because of different game rules,
Right.
like 3v3, 2v2 and stuff. But I'll explain that when I set them.
I gotcha. And then you said are you recording this part
Yeah.
as well? Okay,
So,
perfect.
if you don't mind, yes, I'm gonna be recording that. I'm just recording the screen of the tier makers.
Perfect. I'm going to try to switch us over to a
Alright,
different
so
screen.
I'm gonna start off. Also, yeah, I'm streaming it on Discord, by the way. So you
I
can
got
see
you.
it.
Yeah, I just opened it up. I'm just trying to plug Spanky in here.
Editing on the fly.
Editing on the fly, baby. What is
I hope it's not too
professionalism
laggy.
if not adaptability?
What's funny about these symbols for the game modes is I couldn't tell you what half of them actually are. And with this tier list, are you looking at it as so like you got potential and casual? Are you looking at it as potential to be a competitive game mode?
If you don't play other game modes often or aren't in custom games very often, then yeah, it's very hard to remember.
All right, I am. Good lord. I'm gonna trim this part out. Let's see, that's it. Roughly 49 minutes. I was trying to mess around with something to. I'll figure it out.
Figure it out on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm streaming the tier list on Discord as well, so you guys can see it. If you guys
Okay.
want.
I am watching.
All right. Perfect.
So, alright, let me know when I can start.
We're good.
And go.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the stock, of course, the 1v1
Alright.
and 2v2,
1v1.
which is, of course, gonna be amazing
Fair,
because
fair.
this tier is just, you can play this mode, it is competitive, it is balanced, and it works. There's nothing
Right.
bad about it, it's just, you can play it in tournament, it's completely fine. I'm gonna add 1v1, 2v2. I'm gonna add Street Brawl as Street.
Hell
as-
yeah.
as Street Brawl, I
Yeah.
think, as well, because it is just 1v1, but in an enclosed space. It is
Yep.
not like perfectly balanced. There's some characters that are better, but you can perfectly like. It's just Brawlhalla without offstage, basically.
Yep.
So it works just as well. I'm also gonna add, what was it? Crew Battle, because it's just 1v1.
Yep.
Strikeout, because it's just 1v1 with 3 different legends. And
I love
Switchcraft,
Strikeout.
'cause
It's my
just
favorite.
Strikeout, but with different weapons. Then, this is not completed, I'm just gonna continue to the next tier to make it interesting. So,
Ooh.
for almost, I'm gonna add 3v3 bubble tag.
Okay.
Dude, Bubble Tag's
3v3
so fun and
bounty.
it's so slept on.
Yes. My issue with bubble tag in general is that if you do 2v2 and 1v1, it gets very passive and
Yeah.
annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But 3v3 on a big map can be very fun because you have to save your teammates, you have to balance others. In my opinion, very fun for a 3v3,
Mm-hmm.
especially. And
I-
bounty, the same thing. Where do you know how bounty works?
No, I've never played that mode. Was that the Assassin's Creed one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how it works is, if you kill an opponent, you get a bounty pet set on yourself, which means you take 150% damage, and if the opponent KOs you, they get 5 points instead of 2. So you kind of have to work with your team to protect the bounty or pin down the bounty and stuff, which is very interesting. There has yet to be like really competitive bounty, but in my opinion, it can be very interesting.
It's at least balanced.
Yes, it's that's why it's here. I have not tested it too much, but it's almost perfectly balanced, I would say. Of course, I'm gonna add PvE, Horde and Walker Attack. I still think Horde is technically the better PvE mode because it has more variety, but Walker Attack is just better to speedrun for me because I play alone. If you play alone and you want to speedrun alone, play Walker Attack because Horde is a pain in the ass to speedrun if you're alone.
We still don't have the achievement for level 26.
Oh, we can get it. We can get it. I have friends who are very good in Horde.
Hell yeah.
Do you know Golden? Do you know Golden Boy?
Yeah.
He's been on the dev stream before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best NA Horde player, and he's one of my friends, one of my good friends.
Really?
So, yes. I'm gonna continue with Morph for almost. The only reason it is here because a lot of people like Morph. Morph is very fun. It has a lot of depth. The problem is there's a lot of undodgeable true 0 to death combos, which in a competitive environment just don't work. Like that shouldn't happen. So if BMG decides to like add a cooldown to Morph or something to kind of prevent that, it would
that's not a bad idea.
It would be up there, but
like
for
a
now it's
cooldown
gonna be there.
to changing your character.
Yes.
Yeah.
To like remove the 0 to deaths. Otherwise, yeah, it would be up here. But for now, it's in almost for me. This I'm gonna put to casual only because stock doesn't include these, like 2v2, 1v1, and 3 battle.
Right.
It's just free for all and whatever you do. Of course, free for all is gonna go there as well. This is Buddy. Do you know what Buddy is?
No.
It is the game mode. Do you know Ice Climbers from Smash Bros?
Yeah.
It's this basically. You control 2 characters at the same time.
What?
You can pick 2 different characters and you control them at the same time.
Does it, like if you do a sidelight, does it do the sidelight on both characters?
Yes.
How have I never heard of this game mode?
Oh.
It is. I'm gonna put it in casual. However, I'm gonna put it all the way at the front because there is one single intentional feature in the game mode that makes it just slightly viable as a competitive mode, and that is if you hold down the I think it's the dodge button or the weapon throw button. I'm not too sure which one. The game like freezes one character.
Oh.
So you can have setups for so you can have setups for 2v2 combos and stuff on like with yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
Which makes the game mode interesting. However, you're still controlling 2 people, so
yeah. That's kind of cool though. So you can separate the characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
It definitely has potential, but for now, especially with how the maps are, I don't think it's a very competitive mode. However, if there suddenly is a buddy community that surprises me, I am gladly gonna put it anywhere up here. For now, it's just gonna be there.
So as a small aside there, well, we can wait till we're done. I want to talk about other communities you're aware of. But
of course, yeah.
We'll wait till we're done here.
I can also mention them like while putting each of the modes in. So this is Bombskutball. I don't know if you've seen it before or heard of it. Probably. It is.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
As far as I know, like the second game mode added that is not just fighting after Brawl Ball, which is just you get bombs and you throw them at targets to get points. I will put it in almost because they recently updated the map and the map is much better. The mode itself is a lot more competitive. However, there is, for one, no active community, and I still think the visuals aren't perfectly clear and it's a bit chaotic. But maybe that's just me being bad. So I'm gonna put it up there and not in potential. Capture the Flag.
Oh, it's got to be almost, right?
Yes.
Like, it's so close, it's not even funny.
And the only reason it's almost is because there's no community and no like people to play with.
And that's crazy to me because Capture the Flag is like always a favorite game mode for like any shooting game or.
Capture the Flag is an amazing game mode, and one feature makes it even better. The speed stat in Capture the Flag on every legend is the same. Queen Nai is just as fast as Thea.
I did not know that.
Flag or like at all times?
No, just in general, at all times.
They
did that specifically because in Brawl Ball, Queen Nai is regarded as bad, which I'm gonna get to later, but yeah. Dodge Bomb, I will say potential.
There's
because
a community, right?
There's not really a community as far as I know. It's
I played
just
in a tournament for it.
yes, our style, the clan I'm a part of, has hosted the Dodge Bomb tournament before, mostly just for fun. But there's also been some in the past, and my biggest gripe is there is no, like, the map is only platforms. If they made the map a bit more fun and a bit more interesting,
yeah,
it'd be better. And the bomb spawns spawn way too fast. There's way too many bombs.
Dude, they spawn fast, and like there's some cheese you can do with them that is like almost unavoidable.
So if they updated the mode a bit with like a new map and some new different spawn mechanics, I could put it in almost. And since there's no community, or for now, I'll leave it there. Then I think this is the newest game mode. I don't know if you know it, actually.
Odd Brawl?
It's called Odd Brawl, yeah. It's from Halo.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put it in almost. I'm doing this for a friend who really likes the mode. I would have put it here. But because the only reason is while you're holding the ball, you're slower than usual.
Yep. You're so
like
slow.
in Capture the Flag, while you're carrying the flag, you're slower. Which I don't like for Odd Brawl because it's all about movement, because you want to avoid your opponents. And because you can play them free-for-all. And there's so much chaos, you need the movement. So I would prefer it if it's like carrying the ball in Brawl Ball. However, since there is no community, no rule set, and no one complaining about it, I'm gonna put it here. Because it is perfectly competitive, it's just stuck with a ball. So.
And Rox, as the resident Halo expert, does Oddball, when you're carrying it, you're slower, right?
Yes. I think it depends on which Halo game it was.
But you
which
just
one you're playing,
can't.
but
You only have melee. Like you can't.
yeah, you can only
Yes.
melee.
Yeah.
That is the same in Brawl as well. Like here, in Brawlhalla. You can attack people and it gives you points. With the ball.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it when the Halo crossover release. I thought it was fun, but you did feel way too slow with the ball.
That is fair. Yeah. That is my main gripe with it. Then next I'm gonna add Kung Foot. However, as you can see here, I have Kung Foot 2v2 here as well. I'm gonna add that later.
Okay.
Kung Foot without 2v2, just 3v3 and 1v1. I would say between potential and casual, I'm gonna put it to potential because 3v3 for me is a bit too chaotic. You probably there's been a ranked queue for 3v3, so
Yeah, I think
you know how it is. I think. Yeah, I think 3v3 was a few seasons ago, like 1 or 2 seasons ago.
Isn't that when Volkov was just dominating?
That's normal. That's
ranked.
normal.
Yeah,
That's
normal
in Kung Foot.
2v2, yeah.
That's normal in Kung Foot. That's Volkov, Lucian, Queen Nai, Artemis, and Drax, and I think Vector for 3v3 as well, or just normal picks, and Rayman as well. And 1v1 is just you can look at it like practicing one part of a soccer. For example, if you look at soccer, the corner kick, just practicing the corner kick is similar to just playing 1v1 Kung Foot. It's part of the game, but it's too, I guess, shallow to make it actually interesting. Then Temple Climb, of course, casual, because it's just free for all.
Oh, I feel like I feel like Temple Climb, not free for all, like 2v2, would have competitive potential.
The issue with this is the big thing why 2v2 does not have maps like this is because you don't want to fight against the map, you want to fight against your opponents.
Right.
That is also why many maps in Smash Bros are banned for competitive play.
Yeah.
Because it has to be fair, and it has to be fair for all characters, so that's why it's in casual, and why it's a fun mode for friends, of course.
Yeah, I wish it had potential. I just wish it did.
Showdown, I mean, I could put it here because it's just this, but with a map that has walls, like that has no walls and just a walkable thing, walkable stage all the way to the blast zone.
The same thing, you're fighting the map, kinda.
Yeah, that is the problem, and certain legends are just way better. Like Lance can kill you with one sider if you're too close to the side, so it's not balanced. Snow Brawl, I mean, there's potential. The problem is, all you're doing is throwing snowballs.
It's not fun.
It is fun sometimes with friends, but it's like
I don't want to hop in a queue and play it.
Yeah, it's not competitive. It's very similar to casual. It's not. There's not that much skill. Then Brawl Down. I mean, I would say potential, but no one wants to play Brawl Down competitively.
I was about to say, this is definitely casual.
It's casual because the mechanics are way too weird and random to be competitive. So, but I've seen like a lot of good players of this, but mostly just played for fun and not actually competitively. Now, Brawl Ball, I'm gonna exclude 3v3. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
So just 1v1, 2v2, and like the other maps and stuff, non-competitive rules. I would say potential, purely because 2v2 has potential on a good map. But you rarely see...
2 maps right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The new map kind of works for 2v2 sometimes, but it's very unexplored and rarely played, so...
I gotcha.
I'm gonna put it to potential. It could be almost, but I'm gonna say potential. I don't think I have to explain this.
Well, you do, because I don't know what game mode it is.
This is Dyson Destruction.
Oh, the new,
D&D Battle Pass, and yeah, it's just pure randomness and pure RNG.
When I
It's
saw it
fun.
in here, I was like, oh, that's definitely casual.
It's fun, but it's purely casual. Volleyball, not 2v2, just 3v3 and 1v1. The issue with 3v3 is it's chaotic. It's a way too small map for 3v3. And 1v1, same issue as Kung Fu. It is just part of the game mode. It's not the game mode itself. It's not like... You can do it well, like to practice reaction and stuff. But I wouldn't like host an actual tournament or multiple tournaments for it. Maybe one for fun, but yeah. You can see it like very similar to Crew Battle.
Yeah.
You can host a tournament in it, but it's not like a competitive game mode that everyone would do. Bubble Tag, excluding 3v3, there's potential. It just needs to be less passive. I just need to update the mode to be more fun.
Is it? You can play it 1v1, right?
Yes. You can
It
even...
just doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, it's...
Just 2 spear players waiting to
Poke
bonk each other.
The ranked queue in Bubble Tag, I still don't know why they had the Bubble Tag 2v2 ranked queue as well. Was very unfun, in my opinion.
It was okay, but it was just easy to stall out.
Yeah. That's the main issue of the game mode. It's also the main issue here of 3v3. Because it's still just... There's a lot of stalling you can do. Bounty, I'm gonna put the casual just because if you're not playing it in teams, you're gonna play it in free-for-all, and free-for-all is just casual. While a free-for-all tournament would be fun just to make people very annoyed and just see them see their mental break. Yeah. That is one of the things I still want to do to this day. Put pros of this game in a free-for-all tournament. That would be so much fun to watch.
Dude. I've been saying it for so long.
I would play a free-for-all tournament, but watching pros play would be just a blast.
That would be so fun. Just the different, like, just imagine like different teams that would happen, betrayals. It would be.
Oh yeah.
They would be so fun. It would be better than Brawlhalla Twitter. Yeah. Then continuing with time, of course, it's just casual. It's free for all.
Yeah.
It's just another version of this.
But less fun.
Beach Brawl. Gonna
This
get.
is the one
we
where
get
you're
there.
throwing the water balloons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for one, BMG decided one ball is not enough. No, there has to be two. You don't even play soccer or like football with two balls. So why would you add two? Then the only way to hit the ball is not in Kung Fu by hitting it, but by throwing things at it. Then what's even worse is that the map is designed in a way where you can camp in one spot and just spam balls into the beach ball, which is the optimal angle to perfectly score, and all the opponent can do is do the same thing. So if you
Yeah.
want to play it competitively, it is very awful, and I would rather play any of these modes competitively than this.
Beach
So-
Brawl is probably my least favorite game mode.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. So, what would you do to make it competitive?
Have to be one ball.
One ball.
Improve the map, and what would be interesting is replace the water balloons with bombs, so you can do like throws that bounce off of walls and stuff
Yeah.
to like
Uh-oh, I
add
see what
some more
you're
depth
saying.
to it. That would be very interesting, but for now,
BMG will never do that.
yeah, I don't think BMG is gonna change anything about this mode because it's just lost. It's a mode that has existed and is.
Just dead on arrival.
Yep. So continuing with Volleyball 2v2. There has recently been a tournament of this that I have streamed and casted with Golden Boy. It is on my YouTube channel, I think. At least on
think
my
so,
Twitch.
yeah.
Should be on my YouTube channel. It is very competitive, very fun. For me at least. And I'm gonna put it into amazing because it's
Nice.
a great
You
mode.
almost got me there.
The biggest issue I would say is low-key because of Qatar's desig. But there's counterplay, so... It's
that can
just...
hit across, right?
Yeah, I can...
like the-
Not only can it hit across, it can... As you know with Loki, he can pull it back.
Yeah.
And because it hits down, you can... If you hit the ball on the ground, it will score on the ground and then go back to your side. So technically,
Yep.
you could constantly keep the ball if your opponent does nothing about it. But there's counterplay to it, so... You have to be all the way on the... Like in the middle, and the opponent can just hit you. So... But yeah, it's a very, very fun mode. It's probably I would say it's the least competitive of the competitive sports mode, but it's still very, very good. Next, I'm gonna add Kung Fu 2v2.
Just above it.
Yeah, because it's Kung Fu, it's just soccer and Brawlhalla, and it's an amazing mode. It's very fun. Some people are gonna say like a lot of people in the Kung Fu community are gonna say 3v3 is also here. I just put 2v2 here because 2v2 is less chaotic, and in my opinion, 3v3 has a too small map.
I agree with that one.
They would
With a
have to.
bigger
They would
map,
have
it'd
to.
be good.
Yeah, they would have to make the map more interesting or just bigger for 3v3. But Kung Fu community plays 2v2 and 3v3, so in my opinion, 2v2 is here. The Kung Fu actually has a decently big community. It's not very organized, but there's a lot of people who play Kung Fu very often. Volleyball, same thing, just a bit like scaled down because it's new. But considering it is basically the same mode, just with different ways to score, there's a lot of
Get some
overlap.
crossover. Yeah.
Now, what is everyone is gonna think about? I'm gonna put this here.
Really?
The entire Kung Fu community is gonna hate me, but since I'm the Brawlball guy, I have to put it higher. So
Of
the
course,
reason
of
why it
course.
is not like here is because, in my opinion, like every single person that plays stock, and only stock, is gonna hate me for this, and is gonna disagree, but this here is competitively the same.
Yeah.
Like, Brawl Ball 3v3 is the same as 1v1, same as 2v2, same as Strike or whatever. I don't
I see that. I
include-
see that.
I don't include Kung Fu because of the map, and there's some random shenanigans that are weird.
And there's a very strong meta.
Yes. While Brawl Ball also has a strong meta, there has been a lot of development in recent months, and there has been a lot of variety in Legends actually. People play Nai in Brawl Ball, people play Scythe in Brawl Ball, people play Greatsword in Brawl Ball, so
Wow.
there's been a lot of development. So, of course, Brawl Ball community exists, is there, I am part of it. Join the Discord. Advertisement, these and that. And there is tournaments, there is frequent tournaments. Like, there's seasonals, we've had monthlies last year, so if you are looking to play Brawl Ball, there is definitely a community out there.
Rox and I will definitely have to try it out sometime. Because
I would love
Oh, I'm
to
not
play
good
it
at
with
it
you.
at all.
Yeah, our only experience was the ranked queue, which, as you know, is not a good representation of Brawl Ball.
Of course, it is. The biggest issue with rank queue is just that half the player base doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
part
it is
of that
also the biggest issue in Brawl Ball is that we don't have a ranked queue, because the same issue that Rivals of Ether has, if you know it, it's also a platform fighter, and the pros are so good that every person that starts the game gets immediately
discouraged.
bodied and just deinstalls the game.
Yep.
Same issue with Brawl Ball. If you've never played the mode, you have no clue what to do, and if one person, if they've never played Brawl Ball, if they just know how the game mode works and what you're supposed to do, they will completely body you.
Yep. That's exactly what happened in
And
the queue.
that is why to like connect the casual to the like highly competitive people, you need a ranked queue, like to kind of give that mix of casual but bit competitive and competitive but still a bit casual. You need that queue, because you can't have casual people getting bodied in tournament and then hating the mode for it.
Never play again, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you talked a little bit about, obviously, the Brawl Ball community and the Kung Fu community. What other game modes have developed communities? that you're aware
So,
of?
of course, Brawl Ball, Kung Fu, Volleyball somewhat. Morph has a lot of people that love the game mode,
yeah.
that play it very often. Of course, I don't know if I can include this, but technically 2v2 with the whole combo codex is also a separate
Right.
community. However, that's still like the normal game. Then Horde, there's an entire sub community just focused around Horde. It's also a Horde Discord. You can probably find it online if you just Google for it.
Yeah. That's absurd to me that
With-
there's a horde.
With
Sub
people trying to beat Horde for the highest wave as fast as possible with different legends, different challenges, and whatever. There's so many things you can do with Horde. And then there's Walker Attack.
Which you have to download a completely separate patch for, and you
Yeah,
can only play
exactly.
cross.
I've been wishing for a Walker Attack rework. To just... Because it is... The only way to enjoy this mode is to speedrun the mode. Because
Yeah.
if you try to get the highest wave, it gets boring very quickly. If you play on the newest version, gets boring very quickly, and just the only way to have fun is to optimize the speedrun. The rest is just... bleh.
Well, we might get a rework whenever they release the Wave 3 or 4 or 5 of Walking Dead crossover.
I wish. I would definitely speedrun the rework. I would definitely do that. I've been wishing for a new mode to speedrun because going out of modes.
Did we have one? Was it 2 crossovers with The Walking Dead, or was it just the one?
Yes.
2, yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
first one they
did.
introduced the mode. The second one they didn't change anything about it.
Yeah. Just released, what was it? Negan and, who was the other one?
There was a what was it? It was a
Jala
Jala crossover, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, Maggie or something.
Maggie,
I
yeah.
forgot
Oh,
to
yeah,
go.
yeah. I have the Maggie one. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
so
that's. I think
there's
that's
not
all
a
the
beach brawl community.
communities. Sorry?
There's not a beach brawl community.
No, there is no beach brawl community. There's a lot of modes that I'm surprised there's no community. Things like basketball,
Brawl?
considering. Yeah, street brawl as well. I guess there's too much overlap with stock, so they just rather play stock.
Yeah, it's different
Street-
enough, man.
It is. When it released, me and a friend grinded it for like a week to find combos and stuff you could do. There's a few crazy things. There's like Hammer has like a 4-hit true combo.
Wow.
There's some crazy things that make certain weapons way more valuable, way more fun. Orb is very good.
Yes,
Of course.
Orb has at least a 3-hit true combo.
Yeah. There's a lot
I
you can
was-
do off the wall and stuff. It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
fun.
It was like side light, side air, and then reverse side air was true.
Yeah. If you're looking for stock but you want a completely different meta, just play Street Brawl.
Yeah. Man, I wish there was a community for that. I was so excited whenever they did the ranked queue, and then I played the same 3 people over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's a fun mode, though.
It's a very fun mode, yeah.
It ruined our Showdown series, though. We won't talk about that.
All right. I think it's going to wrap up everything we have planned.
I like how perfectly balanced the tier list is.
It is very balanced.
That's true actually. I didn't think about it, except this. Of course,
Except
Beach
that,
Brawl.
yeah, it kind of
Beach Brawl is
threw it off.
always the issue.
So be sure to watch the video episodes. You can see the tier list. I don't want to go through each tier because I don't, for the life of me, remember what every symbol is.
I mean, I could just post an image in the Discord if people
Yeah,
want to see it.
We'll post it in the Discord. Erol, do you want to give a shout out to any of your communities that you already haven't, or your YouTube, or shout out
Sure,
anything
I
you want.
I will give a shout out to the R-Style BRAWLBALL YouTube channel because it's my clan and Astro just makes insanely good videos. His editing skill is insane. We've talked about it before.
Yes, yes.
And in general, if you're interested in Brawl Ball, interested in other game modes, like specifically Brawl Ball, Kung Fu, Volleyball, and any of these, either DM me on Discord, just Erol. You can if you're in the normal Brawlhalla Discord server, you're gonna find me. Just Erol on Discord, or I think it's OS_Erol on YouTube.
Or if you want to be really cool,
Yeah.
find this guy, join our Discord.
Yeah,
Join our Discord, and you can ping him right away, and he'll respond.
and feel free to DM me. I do not mind at all if it's about these game modes. I am very passionate about it, and if you're looking for competitive, feel free to join the Brawlhalla, Brawl Ball, and R-Style Discord server.
Can people DM you about Beach Brawl?
They can try, yeah. They can try.
If they want a quick ban or block, yeah, DM him about Beach Brawl.
Now I really want to come out of this with the mindset that we gotta host a free-for-all tournament.
That'd be very fun. I want to convince one of the Brawlhalla YouTubers to like stream an entire 4-player free-for-all tournament with VC. VC has to be part of it.
Oh, VC has to be in it. Didn't
All 4
someone
players.
do a video on that?
Yeah, Kosalix made
Kosalix
it
did, right?
with 7 people, but I wanna see it again because it's so fun. It's so fun.
All right. I think that'll do it for episode 47. Rox, do you want to cut us out, or?
Let me do my little dance here, my little end of podcast dance. We all know it. We all love it. Thank you for joining us, Errol. Thank you for watching us, listening to us. All you Spotify listeners, I say it every week, just go sub to our YouTube channel because that's where people look at us first, and we got nobody watching there. But anyway, that's all. That's
it.
That's the outro. 47, 46 episodes. Still not good at outros.
And peace.
Peace.